But INEC yesterday, they released a press statement on the card reader demonstration, and then that was signed by Kaide Do. Actually, he says INEC is satisfied that the use of the card readers in the 2015 general elections will add tremendous transparency and credibility to the accreditation process on election day.
I think, with due respect to INEC, INEC cannot be a judge in his own court. The law says, Nemo Judas in causa sua. You cannot be a judge in your own court. Because I read in the papers, when INEC said it has achieved 90%, who gave INEC 90%? When we have also seen in the papers so many failures in many states, 46%, 40%, 36%, so where did he get 90%?
But again,
I think we should not just allow INEC to dictate to us on such a very important issue.
I think it's very key, it's very important, the point you raised, but if you look at it critically, you know, they also have reports from different parts of the country.
Yes.
Don't you think, well, saying this is as a result of the collation of all results from that mock conducted by INEC?
No, it depends on what they are collating. If what we are seeing in the papers, in some places it was a failure, in some places 46% failure, 30%, 36%, how can he get 90%? I think that need for INEC to take the card reader much more seriously than they're taking it. You see, for instance, many people went there with their PVC, and the PVCs were rejected. For instance, if I go to vote on the 28th of March, and the card reader rejects my PVC, does that mean that I cannot vote?
No, you will be given the incidence form. Yes. When you fill that, yes, you will be accredited, and yes, then you can vote.
Yes. So that's why INEC cannot say that we got 90%. It comes to the same thing.
No, INEC cannot say it got 90%.
It's written in the paper. Not only in the paper, they also announce it on the television.
Maybe they say they're 90% ready. It doesn't
No. It's 90% success. 90% ready is different from being 90% success, with due respect.
How can they record 90? Anyway,
exactly. That's what I'm questioning. That's why I said that Nemo Judas in causa sua.
We don't have.
INEC cannot be a judge in his own court.
We don't have those figures. I mean, because INEC hasn't released those figures officially, as it were, and it would seem that people are just imputing whatever it is they want to.
No, what I've said, it was made. That statement was made by INEC, not by just anybody.
Okay, well, we'll concede that to you, but
yes,
is INEC on trial here?
Pardon?
Is INEC on trial?
In a way, I think INEC is on trial, if we must be honest with ourselves. You see, for somebody who is chairman of INEC, it's a very important position. For instance, a lot of allegations have been made that INEC had meetings with another party in the north, and also had meetings with the same group of people in Dubai. INEC has not denied such very serious allegations.
But the parties have said, look, publish your proof that we had those meetings.
Look, it's not a question of proof now. Let INEC himself owes it a duty and a responsibility to let the world know that what the other party said is not correct. They have made two serious allegations.
Just a moment, sir.
So in addition to, excuse me if you don't mind, in addition, from what we have seen so far in terms of the performance of INEC, I think your statement as to whether INEC is on trial is very correct and appropriate.
It's a question, sir. I think it's very important
yes, it is.
That I clarify that what I was asking.
And I have answered it.
Is a question. But, you know, on the other hand, I do recall that the night that the INEC chairman was announcing the postponement of the elections, questions as to being partisan were put across to him.
Pardon?
Questions as to whether or not he was partisan were put across to him, and he answered that night that he was not participating or being partisan with any political party. He says that people should bring their proof if they have any proof.
Do you expect him, with due respect, do you expect INEC to say that he's partisan?
Just a moment, sir. So he also said that if you were to answer to every allegation, every and any allegation, he most likely wouldn't have time to be chairman of INEC.
No, that statement is totally wrong for the chairman of INEC. If serious allegations are made against a very important organization like that, he owes you the duty and responsibility to deny or confirm.
What is denial? I mean, for instance, if you say that night, when he denies, you say, do I expect INEC to come out and say we are being partisan? What difference will a statement make?
If you are defending INEC, why don't you let INEC defend itself? Are you with me, Mo? INEC should defend itself. The allegations were made against INEC. It should tell the whole country and the world whether it is true that he had meetings with another party in the north and that he had meetings with the same party in Dubai.
My point is,
it doesn't cost him anything
the question
unless he has something to hide.
The question will be, if people make allegations, on whom does the burden of proof lie on to show that those allegations?
No, you cannot say that in respect of this particular case.
Why not?
No, you cannot, because it is a very important issue, and from what is happening, even from the distribution of the PVC cars, which is lopsided in favor of APC.
Till date?
Of course, yes, it is, because over 80% of the PVC cards distributed and collected by the time we wanted to have the election were in the north, where Major General Buhari stronghold is, and less than 40% in the south. Will it be right? If one can ask, to whom was INEC distributing the PVC in Safara, in Maduguri, Borno State, in Adamawa, Oyobo State, and other places where the insurgents are busy working? Was he distributing the PVC card to the Boko Haram people?
You know, Prof.
We must be very careful.
Yeah, we must be very careful. We must be very, very careful, Prof.
Yes, because you cannot expect.
So many Nigerians, just allow me to come in here, so they can key it in, is part of the same argument.
Yes.
You know, so many Nigerians have the same thinking and argument with you until the same time when General Buhari went to that part of the country.
Where? Which part of the country?
When he went to Borno State, and we saw...
Which Borno State?
I'll come in a moment. And we saw sea of heads come out to welcome him. So the talk of where were those people who got those cards, I think
you just
I want you to marry it
with a statement which is not correct now. You see, this is one of the lies of APC.
Okay, good.
You see, the sea of head which we are referring to was actually a mammoth crowd of Reinhard Bonnke religious group, which APC claimed to be Buhari's visit. You see, I deal with facts. I'm not a politician. I don't have any political card of any party. But the truth must be spoken. You see, why will you be if you belong to PDP and only about 40% of the people whom you expect to vote for you have only received PVC cards, whereas I am BPC and over 80% of people expected to vote for me have received their card. Is that fair?
All right, Prof. We have to thank you for coming on this morning. Professor Dupe Olatunbosun, OON, speaking to us about our preparations for the elections. We'll be back after the break. Join us again.